All right, today's rant on Tuesday, 28th of January, 2025. 2 days after the Chiefs advanced to their third straight Super Bowl and going for their third straight title, and the Philadelphia Eagles blowing out the Washington Commanders to go to their second Super Bowl in 3 years. But today's topic will be about a former Kansas City Chief, and we will bring up some Chiefs in this conversation. This conversation is about Tyreek Hill, and I wanna say this about this rant expert on nothing. I just want to say about Tyreek Hill. I have to say that Tyreek Hill complaining about him wanting to be traded from the Miami Dolphins because they had a bad season, and him um, which you're entitled to wanting to leave, and then him saying like, I just wanted to say because we wanted bleeping dogs, and I cursed too, but I didn't curse in this situation because whatever. But all I'm saying is this: is that Tyreek Hill, like, bro, you're complaining about losing, and then you say you've been winning your whole life. Which, by the way, you played in Oklahoma State for 1 year, and then you weren't there anymore. And your team record was 7-6 in college football. Usually, a football player that makes the NFL, especially the main ones, they're always on like great teams that lose 2 games a year, 3 games a year, and they always lose to Alabama, or they're on Alabama and they win national championships. You haven't won anything in college football, by the way, and I believe that you got thrown out of that school, if I'm not mistaken, and you got drafted in the fifth round. Great story, amazing story. You're a future Hall of Famer. I just wanted to um, say that. I just wanted to like say he's a future Hall of Famer. He's a great player. He's a special talent, and I just want to say but at the same time, you left the team that was winning and that had a chance to be a dynasty, which they are already. And they now you look like the guy that left Kansas City. You just basically, let's be honest here. You look like Kevin Durant in basketball. You look like the drive-through dude that just like, oh yeah, you were part of those championships. Yeah, you were a big part of the team that won. But yeah, they won without you, like right away. And I'm talking about right away. I'm not talking about like a team that won 3, 4 years later and they needed to replace you. Dude, that team didn't. I'm just gonna say this about the Kansas City Chiefs right now. I'm sorry to all the receivers that they have right now, as far as today, because DeAndre everyone's gonna say DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is not that same guy anymore. And uh, as far as receivers are concerned, and even the tight end, which by the way, if they win the championship this year, won't be looked at the same way. But their tight end is not the same tight end he once was. Um, which is nothing wrong. It's part of age. Welcome to the world. I get it. And some people like told me yesterday, like, you don't understand. He's been in the league for many years. Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm saying that. But at the same time, when you say like Tyreek Hill, you had a chance to be a part of a duo with you and Patrick Mahomes forever. You had a chance to be linked up forever, like Reggie Wayne, Peyton Manning. Whenever you say Reggie Wayne, you have to say Peyton Manning. Whenever you say Peyton Manning, you have to say Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. Same way. Like in basketball, when you mention the name Kobe, you mentioned Shaq. You mentioned Shaq. You mentioned Kobe. You mentioned Magic Kareem. You mentioned Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen's one of the first people that come up. When you mention Scottie Pippen, you mention Michael Jordan because they're linked forever. They're connected forever. You had a chance to do that with Patrick Mahomes, but now you just look like a guy that is going to go to the Hall of Fame, but in 10, 15 years from now, you're not going to be looked at as this all-time great. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame, but you would have been looked at differently. Like, I'm gonna say names and I believe this. Torrey Holt and Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne. People could say whatever they want, but in the from the average person, Reggie Wayne looks better in history because he played with Peyton Manning all those years, and everybody links them up together. You and I bet you, in my mind, but like there were great receivers back in the day, like Eric Moulds. I don't know if anybody ever heard of Eric Moulds has listened to this conversation, but Eric Moulds, if he played with Peyton Manning all those years, and everybody said, "Oh, this is a shot at those guys." No, it's not a shot at those guys. You have a chance to be linked up forever. You made that decision. There's nothing wrong with it. You wanted more money. You wanted all the money. I get it. Miami's a better place from weather, probably from scenes, even though you are with somebody, I believe. And I hope it goes well forever with your relationship. But it's a better scenery than Kansas City, especially during the winter when everybody's wearing a coat, and in Miami everybody's wearing nice pairs of shorts and tight t-shirts. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You want to go to Miami and you got paid more money. Not like Kansas City wasn't offering you a lot of money. They were. They were offering you a good amount of money, more than we will ever see in our lives, most likely, and 99.9% of people will ever see. But you decided to take the most money. Good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with taking the most money. But when you decide to go to Miami, when you knew that you had a coach in Andy Reid that's going to be a Hall of Famer, he was already a Hall of Famer, and you knew Patrick Mahomes was on the trajectory of being a Hall of Famer and going to be in the conversation with everybody agrees, most likely he'll be in the conversation with the Tom Brady's and the Joe Montanas. He's already there, probably. And you had a chance to be linked up forever with Patrick Mahomes, and now you just look like a drive-through guy. Now, I know you've done great. Your numbers have been amazing in Miami. You're going to the Hall of Fame. I keep saying, I'll premise that forever. I will keep saying that. But you made that decision. Good for you. And now you're saying this word, I need a win. I need some dogs on my team. I need some dogs. And I've been winning my whole life. No, you haven't been winning your whole life. No, you were a fifth rounder because your college team nobody ever heard of. Let's be real here. And then you were on a good college team, and then you got thrown out for whatever reason. I'm just saying this but I don't know if it was last year in Oklahoma State, but you were 7-6. That's not a winning team in college football by any stretch of imagination for an NFL draft pick. Great story, 5th round pick, made it to the top. He's as good as receiver as anybody in this generation. Okay, you could argue he's better, whatever you want to say. But let me say this. You asked to be on a team that Miami Dolphins that haven't won in years. You made a stupid statement, which everybody forgets, that you said Tua has a better deep ball than Patrick Mahomes. What are you saying? I understand you're trying to defend your quarterback, but keep saying it. This guy has potential to be great. Instead of you just saying already that he is a better deep ball than Patrick Mahomes. I'm just going to say this, and I'll say this to you. Asked to go to the Miami Dolphins for more money. You were entitled to do that. But this comes with consequences for any decisions you make in life. If you decide not to wake up and to quit your job, now you have no income coming in. But if you decide to make more money, which is fine for the Miami Dolphins rather than Kansas City Chiefs, most likely the Kansas City Chiefs are not going to be a dynasty like the Kansas City Chiefs, which everybody saw Patrick Mahomes was there. Everybody knew Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback and the best quarterback in the league at that time, and he's the best quarterback in the league from the consensus point now. So everybody knew that. You had a chance to be connected to Patrick Mahomes forever, like Travis Kelce. And if they win the title, and I'm just going to mention guys like Chris Jones, who's a defensive player. He's going to the Hall of Fame because he's great. He's great. He's great in his own right. But because Kansas City's in the Super Bowl for the 3rd straight year, and they're going for their 4th Super Bowl, and they're going for the 3rd straight, Chris Jones will always be this legendary guy on that team because he stayed on that team. And yes, it didn't always go well with the contract. I know he just signed a couple years ago, and he signed after the 1st Super Bowl, but there was a franchise tag that he did not like, and it was a holdout. But however it worked out that he stayed in Kansas City, and everybody goes, wow, that legend. I remember, there are guys who played in New England and defensive players. They might have been in all those Super Bowl teams, but Vince Wilfork's always looked at this legend because he was on the Patriots for years, and he was linked up to that Brady Belichick era. So you play on the Miami Dolphins in your prime, you had great numbers. People are going to look at you like, okay, you're a Hall of Famer. Good for you. But you're not going to be linked up to Patrick Mahomes forever. Now you just look like a drive-through guy that played for the Chiefs and happen to be one of those Super Bowl teams. You're not this concrete Chiefs legend anymore. No, you're not. You're really not. And everybody goes, oh, that offense was unstoppable. Look, they had Tyreek Hill. No, their offense was unstoppable because Patrick Mahomes was there. That's what you looked at. And I have to mention that from that standpoint that you decided to do that. Don't play this game of and you're not the only Miami star. We'll get back to that guy in a different day about being a baby, about, oh, we need dogs here. You brought dogs there. You brought Jalen Ramsey. You brought the other corner. You brought players on that team to help you out all those years, and you just didn't work out. You're not the same franchise as Kansas City because you don't have the same main position as quarterback. Tua's a nice player. He's had a decent career, but come on, bro. Patrick Mahomes, you made that decision when you decided to leave Kansas City to not be a part of a dynasty that you knew that they're going to be contending for Super Bowls. You didn't know they're going to win Super Bowls forever. Not forever, for many years to come. We knew it. Everybody had a brain. Everybody with a quarter of a brain knew that. Okay, everybody who's able to like close a door in a bathroom knew that the Kansas City Chiefs will be contending for championships for years, and you made that decision. So there's a consequence for your decision, good or bad. Nothing wrong with making the most money, but then you start complaining. Nah, you can't complain. Can't complain what you did. Sorry, guys. Welcome to life. Don't complain when you decide to quit a job and then the income doesn't come in. Okay, you're entitled to quit the job, but don't cry that there's no income. Have a good day. Speak to you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your Tuesday, and stay warm out there in New York.